let's go.
Hello, it is time to start the show. And I'm going to get started right after this.
Happy Monday, everybody. It's Labor Day. Hope everyone's doing great, having a barbecue, doing whatever you're doing. It's good to see your family, go camping, get rained on. But this is the first Labor Day in a long time I have not seen rain in Utah.
Well, that's good.
So, shout out to everyone that went camping. You didn't get rained on, But that'd be 11 my time. But yeah, I was just looking at, it's week 1, buddy. September 6th, we're playing. Well, not September 6th. It's the 7th, right?
Yeah.
We're at Seattle. Week 1 madness. No, you never know what's going to happen week 1. It's always mayhem and chaos. I mean, right?
That's one way of putting it. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's like that Chicago Bears game. All of a sudden, we get hit with a monsoon, and everyone, it's like that game just did not go well.
No. It got worse as the game went on too. Oh my gosh.
I had many opportunities to win that game and put it away, and it didn't happen. Yeah. But that's just an example of the week 1 chaos and mayhem, folks. But we're going to Seattle, and they've, over the last couple of years, had quite the roster changeover. They've been picking defensive backs in the draft, and they've been trying. They signed some guys to try to fix their D-line. I don't know if it's going to work or not. We'll see as the season goes, right?
We'll see. Yeah, the offensive line too. They've been trying to rework that thing. Remember, Geno Smith took a lot of hits, a lot of sacks last season. So who knows what that's going to look like?
Too. He did. You're not lying.
Yeah.
That actually is going to be interesting because it's like the offensive line they haven't been together long. Or do they have enough cohesion to hold off Nick Bosa? Our defensive line, and I saw an article, I won't say who named it. It pretty much says Nick Bosa and the question marks. It's like, I kind of see where they're coming from. In a sense, we have 3 rookies on this defensive line. Bryce Huff.
Yeah. Everyone's new.
He's a great situational pass rusher.
Right. You're looking at a situation where everyone there is new except for Nick Bosa. I mean, if you just don't count, the Jordan Elliott's and the Kalia Davises of the world who were primarily backups, prior to now. Yeah. It is a bunch of question marks. It's like, who's going to step up and be that guy alongside of a Nick Bosa? So you don't really know.
And that's the thing is no one really knows what's going to happen. I kind of have an idea because, in 2019, we had a bunch of unknowns going on.
Yeah.
We just picked Nick Bosa. He was a rookie. We did have DeForest Buckner, who had already proven himself to a point by then, right? We had Eric Armstead, who when on the field looked good, but he had trouble staying on the field, to that point. I think that was the best season of his career, sack-wise anyway.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah. And then, we had D Ford on the other side who had a really good season. But he was also injury riddled before we traded for him. So it was like,
yep.
We all know how that worked out. It really didn't. But, honestly, the rest of the D line, it was a bunch of rotational guys. A lot of guys aren't even in the league anymore,
Nope.
But a lot of folks don't know that we went through so many defensive linemen that year, and because of D Ford and his situation, they were starting to start Armstead at defensive end. So we signed Mitchell, the vet, he's like a 33-year-old vet at the time to play defensive tackle because DJ Jones even got hurt. Right. And I mean, like our backups, we went through so many defensive linemen. Like the only 4 guys out of the 10 that we started with, and I did some research to back this up. The 4 guys that we had out of those 10 were Nick Bosa, DeForest Buckner, Eric Armstead, and D Ford.
Mm-hmm.
The rest were guys we had to pick up as the season went.
That was the rush line. Really?
It's check it out. It was like as the season was going, we were getting guys back, but then they'd only come back for 2-3 weeks.
I remember we did have a lot of injuries during the season, and guys came back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I remember like the 4 guys you named: Ford, Armstead, Buckner, and Bosa were kind of the mainstays. They were there throughout.
Yep. We signed all kinds of guys, and it was like, wow, this guy's a pleasant surprise, and then he'd get hurt. And then late in the season, DJ Jones, I think he got a high ankle sprain. So
I remember him getting hurt.
Bad enough to the point where they put him on IR and they brought in Mitchell just to have a vet at the defensive tackle spot to rotate in.
Yeah, because I remember we had a guy named
Julian Taylor. Remember him? We had him, but he's no longer in the league. I don't know what happened to that guy.
I thought Earl Mitchell was just there in 2017. Man, I got to go back and look at this. He was. It's all like ancient history.
He was. Then he signed with another team for 2018, but then he was he was on the couch during 2019, but was available for us to snag before the playoff run started.
All right, you say so.
It was madness, buddy. I was looking at it late in the season going, okay, well, I'm going to look at our original 53 versus the 53 now. And I was like, oh my goodness, and it's true. Just them 4 guys were the only 4 guys left standing, but we're hoping for better health this season, folks. All right.
Yep.
Right. Let's just be honest here. We're hoping for better health. We got Bryant Culp. What's up, BC? Buddy?
Armstead and Buckner actually played all 16 games that year.
Yep.
2019. Yep. All right. Good stuff.
What's happening? Jason, what's cracking, buddy?
What's going on, peoples?
Papa J in the building. Just pulling up. What's going on, buddy? But, but this week we got some good news, right? We got guys back at practice. The only guy that didn't come back to practice was Jordan Watkins, and that's because of his high ankle sprain, right?
Yeah.
Still got a couple weeks with that. So, Jacob Cowling was put on IR. We're not going to see him till actually, I'm just going to let them say that because I have no idea.
He has a tear of the hamstring. You won't see him for a while.
That's exactly it. So I'm just not even going to estimate his return.
No.
But, we'll get Jordan Watkins back in a couple weeks. He's the rookie, though. How much of a role he's going to have, we don't know. Right?
Yep.
We know how Kyle does those rookie wide receivers, though.
Yeah, especially when they're injured and they miss time. He knocks them way down on the totem pole. It's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Maybe he'll have a change of heart, right? Because Jordan Watkins did have a good off season until he got injured. Like he was one of the shining stars of the off season until his injury occurred. So you never know. Kyle could have a change of heart. but we'll see. We'll see when the time comes.
Also, at this point in time, we got the Seattle Seahawks coming to town, folks. And, well, not coming to town. We're going to their town. Sam Darnold is their starting QB.
He sure is.
Their offensive line has been reworked again, like probably the third time in 3 seasons.
Yep.
They signed a DeMarcus Lawrence from the Cowboys, an aging defensive line vet. Try to fix that pass rush. It's kind of, they traded DK Metcalf, cut Tyler Lockett, signed Cooper Kupp, which the Cup, the Cup ain't so hard anymore. It's like, he's had some injuries late in the last several seasons. Hasn't been able to stay healthy. Hasn't been his old self.
Yeah.
Tight end wise, they released Noah Fant.
Yeah, didn't they draft some young guy or sign some young guy?
What are they going to do?
Yeah. But I don't know. Playing in Seattle is always weird. I say this all the time. Whenever we go up there, something weird happens. We have had success up there lately, I must say. Pretty good success at that. So, knock on wood, knock, that keeps going. But it's going to be an interesting game. I know they're going to come out and, despite having Sam Darnold, try to pound the rock, run the ball, test our defensive line, our reworked young defensive line, and see how they hold up. And we got to meet the task, right? We got to say, hey, young, I think they got Martinez and the other guy returning. I really don't know their roster. I know their roster, but I don't focus on their names because, it's F the Seahawks.
Oh, yeah.
But they're going to try to pound the rock. They got runners that run the ball hard in between the tackles. So they're going to try to play a little bully ball, establish the run, I feel, and work some play action off of that. So our front has to be up to the task. And we know Robert Saleh, he's all about making the defensive front stout. So they got their work cut out for them right out the gate, game 1, and just stopping that. I think the secondary can hold up because their receivers aren't really a threat. I mean, I don't see him as a threat. Jackson Smith and Jigba and Cooper Kupp. I'd take our secondary over their receivers. So it's be a battle of the trenches. Who's going to hold up against the run? And I think we can. As long as we rotate those guys in and out, Robert Saleh keeps dialing it up, we'll be okay.
I mean, Jordan Elliott, he's always been kind of a rotational player. He's not a featured defensive tackle. But I don't think, we're not like last year due to injury, he was a featured defensive tackle late in the season.
Yeah,
right.
Well, he had to be. Yeah.
This year we got a yes. He had to be. But we have Alfred Collins, who a lot of people are like, "Oh, get your pad level low." That I've heard people screaming this. I'm going to let the coach, okay? And, we got a CJ West. We got Kalia Davis coming in, and he's actually looked pretty promising this offseason to this point. We got who else do we got? Jordan Jefferson, our pickup from the Jaguars, right?
Yeah.
Shorter, stout, right?
Yep.
Hard to move defensive tackle, right?
Yep. Yeah, big Evan Anderson still there. He could be called up from the practice squad on game
practice squad
to clog up the middle. There's another big body in the middle. So we got.
What are Kevin Givens? Now Kevin Givens is actually on IR.
He's on IR. He's starting on IR. Yeah, you can't even count him like in the rotation. So it's just all the big guys we named. Those are the guys you got to look at.
He tore one of his seps. Well, I can't remember if it was bicep, tricep. It was one of the seps.
I thought he tore his pec or something. No, he tore something.
Was it his pec?
Something in his something in this area has been torn. Okay, let's just put it like that. This is our medical definition. Something here has been torn.
Me and this guy are on the same page, all right?
Right. That's right. Something there was torn, so he's out. So we can't even count him in right now. But all those other big bodies we got should be able to rotate in and out in the middle to help, jam up the run, free up the linebackers. Big Michael Williams and like Huff and Bosa, those guys on the edge should be able to hold up. So it's all about keeping it clean for the linebackers to come downhill, do some thumping. And we know we got 3 linebackers there that aren't afraid to hit you. And D. Winters, Fred Warner, and Nick Martin. So this should be a game where they shine.
It really should be, and then our rookie safety who earned the starting spot.
Yeah, right? Marquis Siegel. Yep, Marquis Siegel.
And when we drafted him, I was like, I've never actually even looked at this. I scouted a lot of players, but I never actually looked at him. I was like, all right, let me take a look at this guy, watch his tape. He's like a free safety.
He is a free safety.
We kind of have a hybrid scheme, but we've never really had a true free safety.
Nope. It's our first time.
So
it's our first time.
And the guy can tackle, he can cover. Honestly, I think Salah is going to love having this guy back there.
Yeah.
And then the other starter, we're looking at possibly Vet Pinnock because Mustafa. He had to go get a rework surgery done on a previous ACL injury he had. Our defense, we got all these young guys. Is it Bosa in the question marks? I really don't think so. Because you heard what Trent Williams was saying about Michael Williams.
Yeah.
He's like, that's a man. He's like, that's a man right there. Like, he's saying like going up against him that he can play. Like, so it's like, and Salah saying he's raw. We're gonna develop him as we go, and see how he comes along.
Yeah,
and it's not bad having a guy like that start on the outside.
No, not at all.
And also at edge, we just got Yetur Gross-Matos back.
Yep.
Which I do like him. I do like him as a player. Please stay healthy. That's the only thing I can say. I'm knocking on wood here. And then, behind him, you got the situational pass rusher, Bryce Huff, who probably going to come in on third down, obvious passing situations so we can just eat, right?
It'll be second and longs, third and longs, That's when he'll come back. Just go get the quarterback, those situations. You won't see him out there on base downs, short yardage stuff at all.
And we have Sam O, who last year, showed that he was pretty good.
Yeah, I liked him too. He was able to play outside defensive end. He moved inside defensive tackle sometimes. One of those versatile rotational players. I like him a lot. I'm glad he's still on the team.
We actually kept so many defensive linemen. I lost track of everybody, folks. I'm not going to lie.
We talked about that too. We was wondering, are they going to keep 10? Are they going to keep 11?
They kept 12. I was like, huh?
Yeah. They wound up keeping more than that. So you see what the focus is. They want that young rotational defensive line. Young is the wrong word. Fresh is what I really meant to say. A fresh defensive line where they can rotate fresh bodies in and out of there. Keep those guys hunting. Keep them being able to control the line of scrimmage. And I think that's going to be our bread and butter, just controlling the line of scrimmage.
And we got our wide receiver group. Juwan Jennings is back.
He's back on the field.
At practice. We got Ricky Purcell. For game 1 this season, right? We got who else do we got here? Did we sign Robbie Chosen's on the practice squad, huh?
He's on the practice squad. They'll most likely call him up for game day. So we'll probably see him.
They did keep Jacob Cowan and Jordan Watkins, although Cowan's on IR, so he won't be with us.
IR. Yeah. Watkins
has the high ankle sprain. He won't be with us for a little bit.
Yep.
We got Sky Moore, which he's our return man. Let's be honest. He's our veteran return man. And then what was that guy's name? Russell Gage?
Russell Gage Jr. is there. He made the team.
He did. He made the team.
And we signed Valdez. The guy with 3 names. I forgot his stupid name.
Like Marquez Valdez Scalding, something like that.
Yep. There it is. Yep. Marquez Valdez Scantling. We signed him. So that's another healthy body in the wide receiving core. So we got wide receivers. We're not void of anyone. The top 2 wide receivers are there. That's Jennings and Pearsall. As long as we got them, everything else will take care of itself, I feel.
I feel that way too. What's up, Red Zone? How's it going?
What's going on?
I kind of feel like, we traded for this guy in the running back room named Robinson, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like, while we're thin at wide receiver, we might see some CMC getting lined up in the slot here.
Yeah. He motions out there anyway.
That's exactly it.
It's nothing new.
It is nothing new. But now we'll have an actual running back threat in the backfield while he's out there.
Yeah.
Not that Garindo wasn't. I kind of feel that he's been working on his game. That's what he needs to do. He's a young player. I do kind of feel like he is a threat just because of his size and his speed. And he used to be a wide receiver, right?
What's more?
Which is another thing that might mix into the offense here because we're thin at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Right?
We got plenty of guys we could use out of the backfield. I mean, Robinson Jr. is pretty good at catching the ball himself. So we got guys with the talent to catch the ball out the backfield. That won't be a problem, but it's the versatility, like you said, and it's to come out and show both CMC and Robinson in the backfield at the same time. And then you can motion CMC to the slot, make the defense declare, right? They got to move a linebacker over or bring a safety down, something. And now you can pick your poison on what we want to do. Do we got a thin box? We can run it with Robinson. Or if we like this matchup, we can still throw the football. It gives us the flexibility to do those things.
And that's exactly what we need right now. I mean, we do have George Kittle. We got his backup, which we don't know how much he's going to be used in the passing game. I know he's a fantastic blocker.
Yeah. I think Kyle's going to use him. Because if you think back in the past,
I kind of feel like he is too.
He sent Charlie Warner, Ross Dwelly, Jake Tonjes, all those guys ran routes and was in the pattern. They didn't take very good opportunities, the advantage of the opportunities they were given, but Kyle used them to run routes. He would catch defenses off guard and put them out there, right? They just need to step up. So I think Luke Farrell will definitely be used in the passing game. And I think his hands might be better than what people are giving him credit for. I think he's only just a blocker, but I think he can catch some passes too. So that's a number. What is he wearing? 89? I forgot what he was wearing. But keep an eye on him and see what he does. Yeah, 89. Keep an eye on him and see if he takes advantage of his opportunities.
And this is another thing. Yes, our wide receivers are known to be asked to block.
That goes without saying. That's a given now, right? You got to be able to block. And that's always been a 49er thing. Going back to the days of John Taylor and Jerry Rice. Like, wide receivers need to block.
That's exactly the point. Like right now, our offense, yes, you have George Kittle, and the defense definitely has to account for him. They have to account for CMC. Now we got Brian Robinson. They're going to have to account for him. Ricky Purcell, he's going to have to make defenses account for him. Which in the first couple of weeks, if he has a couple good games, they're going to really start to do that, right?
Well, you got to think of the way he ended 2024. I mean, at the end of the year, Kyle leaned on him as the number one wide receiver, and he ended up with over 200 yards receiving. I think 2 or 3 touchdowns. Like, he ended the season strong. He showed, like, I could be a number one guy in this offense. So if that carries over, he can be shown to be accounted for. And he gets open. He's not like a guy you have to scheme open. He has good speed, good route running. He gets open. So just give him the ball and let him see what he can do.
And I mean, the main thing with our offense is score touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
That's the main thing. We don't need our kicker putting in that extra work, kicking 6 field goals a game,
Right. We don't need to see 6 field goal attempts a game. I've been listening to people. Sorry to cut you off. I've been listening to people, and everybody's been saying, our magic number on offense is 24 points. We got to get to 24 plus, right? And we'll be in good shape to win games. Well, I'm like, well, how are we getting to that 21? Like, realistically, we should be seeing 3 touchdowns by the offense and then maybe 1 kick, and that's it. But a minimum of 3 touchdowns by the offense. They got to put the ball in the end zone and establish some dominance here. Like, we can't score 1 touchdown and kick 6 field goals, like you said. And we're like, hey,
I was just going to say, we're kicking 8 field goals to get to 24. It's kind of, let's not do that.
Yeah. Like, that ain't the way. That is not the way.
And it's really not the way. You got to just score touchdowns. Let your defense play, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's always nice to at the beginning of the game walk it down and score a touchdown right off the bat. Then your defense got a little bit of gimme right off the bat.
You got some breathing room, right? Exactly. But the thing is, nope, sorry. Go ahead.
But I was just saying, us having Robert Saleh, versus who is that guy? I forget his name last year. I'm just trying not to remember. Yeah, I'm really just trying not to remember it. I'm not gonna lie. But having Robert Saleh, I am so not worried about the defense. It ain't funny.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah, but just the offense real quick. Like, our offense, remember that first 15, 20 scripted plays that we run? Like, we do a good job executing that, and we'll go down and we'll score, like on the opening drive or the second drive. But after that, and I'm just speaking about last season, we went into these lulls where we wouldn't score. We didn't score again. And it's like, where's the points? Where's the touchdowns? What are we doing? It's punt, field goal, punt, We can't be that way this year. It's got to be score and then let's go get another one and keep it going.
And and then as you get late in the game, let's not get cute and start trying to throw the ball around a lot. Let's just run it. You got how many running backs, right? You got CMC, you got Brian Robinson, you got Garando, you got Jordan James. I mean, you got 4 capable running backs here.
That the problem with that is, Kyle tends to have blinders, and He doesn't see backs beyond CMC. Like, I'm really interested to see how much he's going to use Brian Robinson Jr., who just got here,
I honestly think the whole reason they traded for him is because Kyle wants a guy he can just put in there and rely on. And he maybe he's thinking, I just don't need to run CMC into the ground. Maybe that finally got in his head, right?
Well, that should have been in his head last year.
Or the year before when he was just out there for 98.5% of the snaps.
I get that. Right. But remember last year, he missed the entire season. Well, first half of the season with the Achilles thing. Then he came back versus Tampa Bay. First game. And Kyle just basically used him the entire game. Like Jordan Mason and Isaac Guerrero just disappeared. And it's like, wait a minute. You're using this guy up in his first game back. Sub him. You're supposed to bring him along slowly. Nope. It was CMC. It's like, get him off the field. It was the wildest thing. And that continued until CMC got injured again. And then it was like, oh, Jordan Mason, I remember you. Get out there and run a play. Isaac Guerrero, I remember you too. Get out there and run a play.
Like, oh, I have other running backs. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was like when CMC came back in that Tampa Bay game, it was like, hey, Kyle, why didn't you use Jordan Mason in the game some more? Jordan who? We have a running back named Jordan? I don't know who that is. I only know CMC. That's what Kyle Shanahan was like. It was frustrating. So hopefully he has learned, right? Hopefully somebody sat him down and was like, hey, you got to sub these dudes. We'll see.
Who?
Mitchell somewhere on a couch doing something.
I remember he signed initially with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
I remember that. Now, do I know if he made their team? There. I have no idea.
Right.
You know, have me curious, though.
You gotta check it out.
I do. Oh, he is still on. He made their 53-man.
There you go.
They kept Elijah Mitchell. They waived Carson Steele. Oh, good for him. Have to see if he actually gets through his season over there. But so now here comes the question about the Seahawks, the big question. Are you worried about Sam Darnold?
No, not at all. Not at all. Listen. I know last year everybody's like, oh, he has this awesome season, blah, blah, blah. One, it was kind of overhyped. Like, he was really just kind of average, middle of the road. But two, like, you had the best wide receiver in football to throw to. You got a team that runs a very good offense there, right? It was tailor-made for any quarterback to do well, kind of. But even that, he had a good season, but it wasn't this earth-shattering, mind-blowing season that people make it out to be. You're going to an entirely new team, learn an entirely new system. They aren't as good as Minnesota, from the coaching to the freaking wide receivers, etc. It's a whole new world, right? So, and just Sam Darnold himself, I'm not afraid of. We weren't afraid of him last season when we played them. That was a game we should have won. We should have won that game. And we, in typical 2024 49er style, just shot ourselves in the foot numerous times during that game.
Yes. That's the truth, too. We really did.
I mean, if you take away that, think about it, take away that 99 yarder he threw to 94 yards or something that he threw to Justin Jefferson on a terrible defensive call and busted defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would have only thrown for 200 yards that game. That's striking fear in you, right?
Not at all. Not at all. I'm honestly thinking he's been in, the league for quite a few years. Started with the Jets, went to Carolina, came to us, went to Minnesota, now he's with the Seahawks. It's like there's a reason he hasn't really stuck on or been the starter, the franchise quarterback. There's a reason he's not that, because he's just not that, right? Like there's a reason Minnesota was willing to move on from him. That they did have JJ McCarthy, recovering from his injury. But if they really thought Sam Darnold was the man, would they have moved on from him? Probably not.
Yeah, but they were all in on JJ. Like JJ was going to start last year had he not gotten injured. Like they kind of just had to go to Sam because he was the backup. There you go. Nothing you could do about it. So we didn't lose because of Sam Darnold, though. That's the thing. If you look at that game, Sam Darnold was not the reason why we lost.
That's right. Red zone. We got Salva back. All gas, no brakes. That's right. I actually have a couple patches. What the heck? I was going to say the one in the corner and the one on the bottom right there. They're both all gas, no brakes.
Awesome.
But, Renardo was back. Hey, buddy. He's not the only one that's back. Renardo Green. Juwan Jennings, Dominic Pooney, Yetur Gross-Matos, right? Renardo Green.
Upton Stout. Upton Stout was back on the field.
Upton Stout. I mean, pretty much the whole gang minus Jordan Watkins and Jacob Cowing were back.
Yeah. Like all this preseason stuff and training camp and OTAs, blah, blah, blah. All that is great and all. But like right now, this is when the real action starts. These are the real practices, real games coming up. So this is when you want to see all these guys here. So it's good that we're seeing them all on the field. Like them holding out Upton Stout because of precautions and Jennings and all these guys. I got no problem with that because it's all about week one, right? I don't care that they didn't play in the freaking preseason game versus the Chargers or the Raiders. Like, who cares? I care about them being there for week one. So it's great to see all these guys on the field, moving around, hopefully 100% healthy or close to it, and they're ready for Sunday. But that's all that matters.
That is all that matters. And, having a healthy season, I'm knocking on wood as I speak here because I don't want to curse anything, also matters, because when we have a healthy season, typically it's a Super Bowl run. Yeah. So like 2023, that's a prime example. Yeah. Right. We were healthy that year. Yeah. All the way to the Super Bowl. Yeah. And, ran into old Patty.
Think of 2022. Think of 2022. We were on a Super Bowl run and it got derailed because of what? We literally ran out of quarterbacks.
I know. We went through four.
We literally ran out of quarterbacks. We had no one to throw the ball.
We had an injured quarterback on the field handing the ball off and he couldn't throw the ball because we had nothing. We had nothing.
That's what I'm saying. We literally had no one to throw the ball. That's what derailed the season. So that was that team was a team of destiny right there. Injuries, man. We just gotta stay healthy.
That's exactly it. Oh,
what's Kenny saying?
Kenny's talking some ass. That's disgusting, Kenny.
I think he'd be throwing up every show if that was really the case.
It's the wall with the lights. Is what it actually has a mirror on it too, so I can check and see what's hanging off my face before I hop on. You know, like
he's vain. People's all about his vanity. Likes to check himself out.
It has a smiley face in the middle of it. I'll have to show you two one of these days. Has like this chick I was dating put a little like white smiley see-through smiley face on it.
Okay.
Right in the middle. It's hilarious, you know.
There you go, Bebop. F them Rams.
That's right. That's right there. What I haven't done yet is I need to get the old kind of wore out Frank Gore jersey and put it like
hang it up there.
Here. Here.
That'd be a good look. Yeah.
You know,
on the other side, that way you have a jersey on each side. That'd be a good look for you.
Do that too.
You could do that. Yeah, have some balance there.
Yep.
So yeah, you got to work that out. That's definitely that old 21. That's definitely one to hang. That's a keeper.
Oh, is it an early game or 4:30?
I know it's 4:30 p.m. Eastern, so that makes it 1:30 p.m. Pacific. So depending on where you are in the country, just calculate for that.
With you, he's back east with you somewhere. So.
Okay. So yeah.
So it's an early game. So that means it's a 2:30 game, where and the forgotten time, the Mountain Standard Time. You know. All right. Well, hey, Ty, you got anything? What you got going on this week? I know you got East Coast Red and Gold.
East Coast Red and Gold, 8 o'clock. We actually have we're going to have a Seahawks, I know, reporter or fan or something on to talk smack with and go back and forth. So if you guys want to join us, join us. Wednesday, 8 p.m. I have no idea who just got, to be honest with you. I don't even know yet.
I was gonna say, if you run out, I got two. I could probably talk one of them into coming if you guys.
No, one is enough. That's all we can stand. I don't even want them there, but there you go.
Well, you know, so Wednesday, of course, we got Corey Davis 49er Wednesday. We'll be talking about, you know, the 49ers and the rest of the NFL because all kinds of topics come up around the league. And Saturday, I got my pregame show with Seahawks Eddie.
There you go. Good stuff.
So it's going to be at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So, you know, don't forget to tune in and check it out. We were talking about like what day should we go? It's like, you know what? Let's go Saturday morning. That way it's after, you know, all the injury reports, after
exactly. That's a good time.
Everything, and we'll have better knowledge of what's actually going to happen player wise for the game.
Yep.
Right. So, yeah, come check it out, folks. And always tune into, you know, East Coast Red and Gold on Wednesday, right? 2 hours before Corey Davis, 49er
Watch the Corey Davis show. Exactly. It's a good way to spend a Wednesday night.
It is. You can watch them, and there's just enough time for you to go get some dinner, and then you're ready for Corey Davis 49er Wednesday. I'm just saying, you know, it's like perfect timing. Okay.
Yep.
All right, folks. Well, Steve-O. Where's Steve-O? Is he in the chat somewhere? Oh, he is. Oh, my God. And Steve-O just reminded me, it is the first week of Pick'ems, too.
That's right.
Thanks for reminding me. I haven't got nothing ready for that. I normally like make graphs, and I'll have like this book full of printouts for all the general players, and have blank spots for other people that want to join. You know, it just depends.
Right.
But yes, it is the first week of Pick'ems. This is true. That's right, Bebop. You best be ready. Oh man, I gotta send this sheet out to everybody.
Get to working, man.
I know. I better get to work. All right, Ty. Everyone have a great week. And, as Corey Davis says, go 49ers and F